It was like, I remember when Kid Capri was first making it, we would be like, oh, he's just a fake Busi B, until he started to be consistent, you know? So what you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were talking about Busi B. So another thing is, so once he kind of figures out the mixtape thing, that people want to listen to what he's putting together, he starts taping them at his home and then taking them to the street to sell them throughout Harlem. You ever remember seeing them, like, where were his spots? Like, was he just hustling, walking around? Like, how did he do it? Do you remember all that?
Nah, I just used to see him at the rooftop. I never used to see him.
Okay. And then, I don't know how aware you were of this at that moment, but Busi does get locked up. Was that a known thing? Was it just like Busi's gone, or were you aware of it at the time? And
when did he get locked up?
Huh?
When did he get locked up?
89.
For what?
He was wrong place, wrong time with somebody that was, hustling a bit.
Oh, I missed that whole memo.
Yeah.
I think what might have happened is the rooftop closed. When did the rooftop close?
89 as well.
Yeah, so that's when it was like.
Yeah. Okay, so then moving on, what would you say Busi B's legacy is in mixtape history?
I mean, I would say he's the mixtape of the crack era. He was the soundtrack to the crack era. Period.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, the rooftop was like, I can't even explain to you what it meant to go to the rooftop, what it meant to be young and getting money, in that moment, what it meant to be a player in that game as opposed to just a spectator, like really driving on the FDR, playing in one of them tapes, lean back, or even racing, because we used to race a lot in the street. But, even going to dinner every day, those are my funnest times just because I was so young and it was so new, and, I'm relatively lucky because I didn't have to get hurt or bruised up too physical. I was able to learn from other people's mistakes. Like even the DJ caught a bid, you know what I'm saying? So, with those good times, the recourse and the repercussions with death, it was something that got fun and dark really fast, So like I think about how much fun it was, but then I would think about the dark sides of it as well. It was such a balance of fun and darkness. It's hard to completely enjoy. It's something that you love, but you try to get as far away from as possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Okay, well, the sort of the next Harlem phase is Kid Capri.
Yeah.
You remember, a huge moment for Capri is the Stephanie Mills and Impeach the President blend. Do you remember that? Like that particular blend?
No. I kind of do.
Just play it for you.
Yeah.
Something in the way.
Like I remember his old school. He had old school one. See, one of the things was, Kid Capri used to DJ for the Best Out at our Cotton Club events. And then when at the Bronx, I think it was the Castle, thank you. At the Castle, I think he made that old school tape. That was our after party. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. But that old school tape, old school part 1, that was in rotation for me every day for a couple of years. You feel me? But also, it's making me think back to the days of cassette tapes, which is crazy, because they were cassette tapes. That's just nutty. I used to have nothing but, I had mad tapes. I was the tape man, I always had music. I used to make my own mixtapes.
When you were buying mixtapes, where were you getting them?
I wasn't buying mixtapes.
You didn't buy them?
My homies would give them to me, cards, I would, dub them, all that shit. I don't remember ever really buying one, I just remember having them. Only ones I bought was from Busi B, period.
Right. You remember seeing Capri, outside the Rucker, he said that was one of his spots. I think you mentioned earlier. Is that something?
Yeah, he was there, we had a team called the Young Guns out there back in those days. But yeah, he would be out there.
How about getting could you describe like the difference between Capri and then what comes next, like with Ron G, in terms of their styles, like how they mix music? Like, is that clear to you?
No.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.